10 strangest endings in games that were never meant to be found. Let's have a look and see what we got here.
Is that really how it ends?
Yeah.
Only to find out. Oh,
Far Cry 4, where you can beat the games by sitting still for 10 minutes.
Tomb Raider Underworld. At the end of the game, Lara and the game's antagonist Amanda, still pissed at Lara for abandoning her in a tomb when they were younger.
Honestly, very valid. I would also be pissed if someone abandoned me in a tomb. What do you mean?
In an inspiring moment, the two work together to escape before this temple collapses on their heads.
Okay, working together, they're buddies again, buds, we like that, good stuff.
With Lara finally gaining her friend back after all these years. However,
the way that they drew Lara back in the day, or like modeled Lara, is kind of insane. It's kind of weird. I like modern Lara Croft games though, they're really good. My aunt used to play Lara games a lot in the past.
With Lara trotting through the snow when suddenly Amanda comes out of nowhere with a rock and Lara shoots.
What?
Lara hesitates for a moment before nonchalantly pressing on, leaving Amanda to break her leg and presumably die.
What?
Which was probably deleted.
Oh my god, dude, she just snapped her leg!
Heartwarming moments seconds before. That and it was kind of dumb as hell. It was.
You work together, you save each other's lives to get out of the tomb, and you're like, oh, now I'm gonna smack your head in with a rock. Yeah, that seems like a really good idea to do, like, what, in the middle of the Antarctic, out in the middle of absolutely nowhere?
Why in the hell would you bring a rock to a gunfight?
And why would you do it when a sound effect plays when you run at it too? When the run around and you look at that and you see a like it's just gonna give you away. Okay, if you're gonna kill someone like that, you have to turn off your own sound effects.
In the last mission, Requiem, Agent 47 finds himself drugged and knocked out at a funeral before waking up and unveiling his cover to blast away all the dudes in the area. But if players didn't react in this moment of needed
yeah, you're not a very
response,
good hitman. That's not very sneaky of you.
Agent 47
Dude, is that the credits? Why are the credits so small?
End up getting lowered into the chamber and getting literally roasted. But thankfully off screen for those faint of heart. Players,
you can just die? You're like, okay, no, actually, you know what? I think I'm just gonna die instead. I'm just gonna lie here. Whatever, dude. Goodbye. See you later.
Environment with the warp tool and find a fully modeled cremation chamber that doesn't appear anywhere else in the game. It's believed this
maybe it was meant to be there.
An extended alternate ending in which Agent 47 would have actually been led through the chamber. Further evidenced by a tiny deleted scene that could be found on a behind-the-scenes video uploaded to YouTube. Additionally, if we were to rip the audio from the game, we would find 2 cut audio files from the level named Journalist Fed into Cremator and Wheelchair Guy Fed into Cremator, with the game's 2 main antagonists pleading Agent 47 not to burn them alive.
Oh my god,
Fortunately for everyone's sake, it appears the developers thought that ending the game with characters
that makes me cringe a little bit as well.
Was maybe taking things a little too far. Yeah, maybe a little.
No, I mean, that's fine. You've been able to do that in video games for the longest time. People getting burned alive has been in video games since the very beginning. And quite frankly, I think that we should do it more often.
Dead Rising 3. Thanks to
First 2 were awesome.
For submitting this discovery on the
This one was kind of a bad Dead Rising, if I'm going to be honest. Dude, the art style is so ugly in this game. It's all brown. I hate this art style. The original Dead Rising games were really good because they had like a comical feel. They were a little bit more silly when it came to the zombie apocalypse thing, and this one just ruined it. I played a demo of this and I was like, man, this is boring. Look how brown all of this is. Why were all of the zombie games in this era of gaming so brown and boring? It's like everyone looked at this and was like, dude, that's the meta, and then copied and pasted the same thing over and over again. It's so annoying when people do that.
Survivors of the zombie apocalypse, Nick Ramos. Throwing out rocks going through the files of the game, however, managed to find an unusual ending lurking in the data that didn't appear anywhere else in the game. Which starts standardly enough with Nick saving one of the lone survivors.
I'm sorry, this game's so gross.
When things take a sudden turn south.
Thanks for saving me, but I hear you've been a real shithead around town.
True. True. Oh, dude.
Hurting people, Nick.
Oh, damn.
Innocent people.
Get on. Innocent people. That's fucked. Oh my god, wait, what? Are they gonna kill him?
I'm special.
You're special?
Guys, now, I just didn't
Wait,
have
what do you
time.
mean?
Oh, so you're
He's like, hold on. I'm the main character, guys. It's okay for me to be a dickhead. I'm literally the protagonist, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm over here.
Seriously, though, I really am special.
What?
Yeah, dude, I'm the protagonist, right?
I was just having a little fun now. Come on, guys.
Yeah, look at me, Mr. Number 12. I can kill whoever I want.
So this is the ending that happens if you kill too many innocent people? That's so fucking cool. I love that. I actually love this. This is really, really cool.
I really need to escape, all right?
Oh, you're gonna escape all right. Straight to that big safe house.
Yo, they straight up said, dude, your plot armor's turned off.
To kill all the survivors in the game, despite that never actually being a possibility. Whatever.
Oh, that's so cool. I wish they put that in the game. Oh, that's so on. I love that so much.
It's safe to say the player would have definitely deserved it. Get him. Blade Runner.
Blade Runner? That's such a cool ending.
All-time favorites. A cyberpunk Los Angeles where synthetic humans known as replicants, indistinguishable from normal humans, roam the streets causing public terror. With
how many of you are replicants?
Out to retire them. AKA
if you're a replicant, leave a comment on this video saying I am a replicant.
For decades was whether or not Deckard, a Blade Runner, was a replicant himself, and multiple endings and cuts of the film threw the answer into either direction. The PC game took the idea even further with
I haven't actually seen Blade Runner
and multiple endings, as any character could or could not be a replicant each time they played the game. For example, one possibility is the player could believe themselves to be a replicant and try to escape from Los Angeles with one of the other characters, or they could believe they were human and retire all the replicants and go home for a smoke. One thing I always thought was odd though is that suspect Dakora could be a love interest in the game, despite only talking to her twice in the whole story. Yet you could only end up with her with the option of believing that she was a replicant, never providing the player the possibility of escaping with her under the belief that
you can only fuck her if she's a replicant.
Single possibility.
You're like, hey babe, are you a human? Cause I hate those. But listen, if you're a replicant, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's happening?
Data miners found in the files there indeed existed an ending with an entirely different narration, showing that you could actually escape with Dakora.
Why did they not put that in the original game? That's so strange.
Is with the mass amount of scripts and story branches in the game, no one's sure if such an ending can actually be activated, though nothing promising has ever been found.
Oh, they put it in the game, but the developers never included a way to actually access that ending. That's brilliant. Yo, programming in a nutshell. Let's put this here, but we don't know how to make it happen. I love programming. PCs are great.
The version's being rebuilt from the ground up as the original source code has been notoriously lost.
They lost the code?
Whether or not we get an answer to this may just be another mystery.
That's so crazy to me that a video game developer can just lose code. That you can have an entire game that you built from the ground up and all the work that's gone into it, and it just disappears. Poof, it poofs, it's gone.
Will argue about for decades. Persona 5. Persona 5 is a game that takes place across multiple high school semesters, allowing the player
Persona
to
5 is also a video game that takes 7 decades to complete.
If the player were to date every single possible girl in a single playthrough,
no, you can't.
On Valentine's Day, all the girls would get together and rightfully beat your ass.
Dude, that's
However,
such a cool ending.
A couple months ago, data miners managed to dig up an unused ending lurking in the files exclusive to the Chinese version of the 2019 re-release Persona 5 Royal, in which
China gets all the cool things. Weird Persona endings, dictatorships.
All the love interests get together for Valentine's Day and are perfectly fine with you dating all of them at the same time.
Oh, yeah!
None of them acknowledging the awkwardness of the situation as they shower you in endless chocolate.
Oh, you unlock the harem ending.
Ending involving an ideal world scenario introduced exclusively in Persona 5 Royal, but clearly somebody along the way felt this possibility was way too weird and decided to cancel.
This is like the opposite of no maidens.
Also, apparently this is supposed to be a bad ending, as it's supposed to be a part of a message that living in an ideal world without pain and consequence would ultimately be a boring one. Yet,
nah, dude, okay, listen, if I get the 17 girlfriends ending, I don't consider that a bad ending. I consider that the best possible ending that you can get.
10 beautiful women who want to wait on his hand and foot. Yeah, what a horrible
Oh my god. What do you mean? Yeah, what a horrible. Oh, that'd be so bad. No, please, not 17 girlfriends. No.
This guy
I'm so
is a
sad.
tactical role-playing game featuring multiple.
That would suck so bad. Is that a penguin with swords?
Particularly difficult to achieve bad ending. Involved gaining 99 felonies and alley kills with Adele, including
99 felonies.
His own love interest Rosalind, which presents an ending where Adele
don't murder your
kills
love
Rosalind
interest
because she's possessed by a demon, only for him to end up possessed himself.
Oh, good job, idiot.
The game ends with Adele's child siblings begging him to spare their lives before fading to black and asking you to load another save.
Oh, that's grim. You killed your kids as well? No, they're probably fine. I'm sure the screaming for help was just a game that they're playing.
When they switched over from English to Japanese at the last second, they could hear audio that the game's localization department deemed too graphic for the US.
Oh no.
As after the game faded to black, they could hear this blood-curdling audio of Adele assumedly crunching down on flesh and bone.
Oh my god, what? They eat the kids? I thought only hamsters did that. And
Yeah,
rats.
I'm kind of starting to
that's
think
nasty.
things didn't end well for the children.
Oh God, that's
Yeah, he killed-
actually. That's
Bully.
so grim. Yo, I
At the
love
end of
Bully. This
Bully,
is such a
Jimmy
good
has
game.
a showdown with two of the game's antagonists, Gary Smith and Ager Munson. Jimmy
Do you
ends
kill
up
him?
finding Ager at the chemical plant in town, who attacks Jimmy as soon as he finds him. Normally,
Oh my
the
God,
only
he's
story
slamming
option is for
him.
Jimmy to beat Ager and for the two to make amends. But players digging through the files found audio that seemed to allow
No,
for
can
a
you actually
darker
kill him?
ending.
This is a
Jimmy
game
would have
about
lost
school
the
kids,
fight,
by the way.
seemingly implying Ager would have drowned Jimmy in the chemical waste.
Oh
as
my God,
recreated
what?
by Deadpool XYZ here,
No.
making it the only
Oh my
time Jimmy would
God.
have died by somebody's hand in the whole game.
Dude, he's laughing at you while you dissolve in acid. What a deranged lunatic.
Well, there's not really any question why this one would have
This
been
is a
removed.
child!
Apparently, Jimmy
What is going on?
disintegrating in nuclear waste was a line that even Rockstar was unwilling to cross.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh my God, this is genuinely
Cover something
deranged.
a little less dark.
At least it wasn't Jimmy doing the killing. He was a good kid the whole time.
Wandersong.
Wandersong,
Here we
hello.
go. Wandersong is a bright and colorful game where a
Oh, this
wandering
is
singer
pretty.
known
Look
as
at
the
that.
Bard
Look at- I love
goes on a
this.
quest to gather pieces of a song to unify the world from being destroyed.
Oh, that's
Months
good.
After
You don't want the
Wandersong's
world to be
initial
destroyed, right?
release, a
Everything's
player
falling
on the
apart? Oh, that's
Wandersong
not good.
Discord found at the beginning of the game, if they were to input a sequence of notes normally used during a minigame later in the adventure,
Debug
the player
tool?
would suddenly jump ahead in time to the point after the minigame actually occurred in the story.
Ah, the Song of
which
Time,
was
right.
a
Yes, I guess
speedrunner's
this.
dream, as they no longer had to acquire most of the characters needed to complete the game.
Damn, he just
When they
skipped
got
the
to
video
final
game.
scene, they expected the normal ending to play out the same, but rather an entirely new scenario played out instead.
Hey, if you skip the game, you get the
As
bad
normally
ending.
At the end of the game, the world loses color as it slowly begins to end, and the world and the bard
Awesome.
song together to try to prevent their demise. But
That's
this time,
very,
since
very
the player
cute.
got there without any of the necessary characters, instead you just
Oh.
sit there while the world ends
Oh
and
my
then
God.
the game fades to credits.
Oh, that's such
So
a cool way of
literally
doing it.
everyone and everything that's ever existed dies.
And all the color
Damn.
is gone too.
So much for lightening the mood.
Well, that's what you
The
get for
Stanley
skipping it,
Parable.
isn't it? Maybe you
The
shouldn't have really
Stanley
skipped it. Oh my God, is this gonna be the Cuphead ending? I think this is gonna be the
Was
Cuphead
a game
ending.
Of many mysteries, certainly not being the first time it's ever been covered on the channel. One particularly confusing mystery involves an ending that appears to have never properly been found. Throughout the
What?
Stanley Parable, a disembodied narrator comments on every single move Stanley makes throughout the game.
This better be the Cuphead ending.
However, it was found that if a player entered the boss's office and quickly walked backward at the exact moment that the narrator began talking, they could shut themselves outside the office and the narrator would deactivate.
Stepping in.
Uh-oh.
Which, when looking at the developer console, doesn't seem intentional. Doing so
Oh, so
appears
it's just
to
a glitch
activate
then.
a failsafe for the player, as the doors in the previous areas inexplicably reopen. If we were
So
to
where are you gonna go?
backtrack to the beginning of the game, we'd find
Do you just sit down at your desk and that's the end of the game?
which never opens under any other way that we know.
Oh, what the hell?
Entering the door takes the player to a mysterious area only known in the developer console as Red Stair, an
the hell?
environment with many winding staircases and multiple empty floors. At the top of the stairs, we can find a warning on the wall, with an obscure message at the
skateboard?
bottom we can only
Where are you gonna go, into space?
the game, which states, both the narrator and the player must be present in order for the escape sequence to play out as intended.
Oh my
Which,
God, this is literally supposed to be there, isn't
unfortunately,
it?
has never been achieved, as no one's ever gotten here without deactivating the narrator. Past
What?
the door, the player can find what appears to be
Oh,
an
that's
escape
such a
pod,
shame.
when suddenly the game instantly resets, creating a strange visual
No!
manifestation at the bottom of the screen. Playing the
Wait,
scene
is-
with the developer console open, we get more clues that this wasn't the intended way of finding this ending. As when we
Can you
enter
access
the
this
room,
ending
we can
normally
see
then?
a number of sound effects fail to load, such as elevator door open and robot hydraulics.
We can't
Which
open the
explains why
elevator!
the scene is
Something is
clearly
going
dead
horribly
silent.
wrong!
Entering the pod gives us the biggest indication this was never meant to be found, as an error appears that says, "Fix me, William." Many believe a proper way to activate this ending has never been found.
That's literally a code. It's a code. It's a code comments from one developer to another, and the other person was supposed to fix it, but William never fixed it. Good job, William. You never fixed the bloody
Wow.
game. You never fixed
Especially
the
as a
ending.
developer in a Reddit AMA revealed there was still at least one secret left in the game that nobody's found. Fortunately, we only have
Wow.
one developer to thank for giving us a starting point.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks, William.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
William.
good
you're
job,
far from the
William.
first to make a mistake like that and end up covered on this channel. Alan, you're never living that one down.
Alan,
Well,
please
it's a
add
solid
details.
The
That's
Phantom
funny. I like
Pain.
that one.
Players
Metal
digging
Gear
through the
Solid
files of
5.
Metal Gear 5
Isn't this game basically a movie? All the Metal Gear Solid games have like cutscenes that last like 3 hours long.
The last nuke in the world being disarmed is a historic moment for mankind. Well, it turned out this ending was in the game, but in a way that no one was ever likely to activate.
Because there will never actually likely be a scenario in humanity in which all of the nukes will be deactivated. It's actually very, very related to real life. Makes a lot of sense.
Disarmed until the nuke count on all of the game's servers was down to 0. Considering this meant thousands of players would have to dismantle their nuclear arms at the exact same time. The likeliness of this ever happening was slim to none.
Yep, just like the likeliness happening of all the nuclear armaments being disarmed in real life.
That hasn't stopped many from trying. Then, on February 2nd, 2018, 3 years after the game's release, Steam users found the cutscene playing as soon as they launched the game. Did all the players disarm their nukes and finally manage to achieve world peace?
Nope.
Not even close.
I predicted the video, you pre-watched it.
The only reason the ending played was because of a server error that incorrectly interpreted the value as 0. Publisher Konami instantly apologized for the false lead, and players continued to strive for the ending. Until again on December 25th, the ending played once again for all players on all platforms.
Christmas truce!
Even though, again, none of them were ever close to removing their nukes.
It's a Christmas truce.
Konami issued another apology saying they
meant that to happen. Or some rogue developer gone out of their way to make that happen.
Then and there.
That is
too on
the nose.
Kojima originally intended. Until the Metal Gear 5 community unifies to disarm their nukes, attaining world peace in the game is a reality we may never actually see in our lifetime.
It's not gonna happen. Humanity sucks too much.
Poetic.
Yup,
We truly live in a society.
Yes, we do. Please make sure to subscribe to Oddheader. They make fantastic videos like this all the time. If you'd like to react or like me to react to more Oddheader videos, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Let me know what your favorite ending was in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.